All right, welcome class to the 4.6 lesson, the warm-up. So the way class is going to go, you're going to have this video, you're going to work through doing the warm-up, then you're going to be given a quiz. After that, you'll be given some notes, and you will have a video to watch after that. I would make sure to watch that video as it is a really important video. It is a challenging concept that you're going to want to know how to do. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this first one. So, your quiz has 3 distinct sections. There is a Pythagorean theorem question at the end, but there's 3 questions each that match the idea of these two. The first set of 3 look like this. You're given a triangle, you're given all the information. You just need to identify the ratios. So, pause the video, work through this section up here. You should take about 3 minutes to finish that, then come back and check your answers. All right, so sine B, you identify B, and you do the opposite over the hypotenuse. Cosine C, identify C, where's C? And the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Tangent C is the opposite over the adjacent. Hopefully by this point, these ones are getting pretty easy. We're getting pretty comfortable with it. If they're not, if you're working through this quiz and you have no idea what to do, that's the point of quizzes. Quizzes are there to be a wake-up call. Are you doing all of the work that you need to be doing? Are you doing everything that you should be doing? Are you taking ownership for the fact that this grade is determined based on the work you do? If not, hey, now's a great time to turn it around because you still have 2 or 3 more class periods where we're going to be learning new stuff, doing some review, and getting ready for that test that is coming up at the end of, I believe, next week. So you've still got time, but you need to be stepping it up now. You need to acknowledge that you need to work now. The next type of question we're going to be looking at is ones like this, where you need to find the x value. So pause the video. You should be able to do this one in about 2 minutes. So I'll see you back here in 2 minutes. All right, so let's take a look at this. The most important part to any problem like this is correctly identifying which ratio am I using. So we've got our SOHCAHTOA. So let's see what I've got. I'm given an angle. They give me the opposite. So automatically cosine is out. And they give me the hypotenuse. So tangent's out. Which means I'm going to write this as the sine of 42 equals opposite over hypotenuse. And then I just need to take and solve for my x value. So I take and multiply over and divide out. And I get my value. So I'm going to take that and using my trig table, I can find my sine of 42. And I get that x equals 10 over 0.669, which when I divide that, 0.669 into my 10, I'm going to take and move that decimal over. Remembering that we like to round to 3 decimal places. So 6 goes into 1,000 once. This is where the awesome fun of subtracting small numbers from things that end in zeros arises. And we get to just keep playing this game of, okay, how many times does this go into it? So that's going to be too many, so it's actually going to be 4. And I find it's always good practice every once in a while to go back and do a little bit of math by hand. Because I find it always kind of makes me thankful for the things that I have, for the tools at my disposal. Nine, 6, 2, 1. I get 9, 1, 3. Drop that down, that's going to be 4 again, because it's going to be just a little bit more than that, and it's less than that. So I'm going to go ahead and call that good. Call that my X value of 14.94, just because I'm running out of space, but also because we're doing this by hand. So in this case, as you're working through this, looking at your rounding, here is your values. So as you are getting ready to take this quiz, you can have out your notes, but honestly, if you actually know what you're doing, you should be able to do this with just your trig table, the calculator, and your little helper sheet. Make sure, since I am letting you use your calculators when I am not there, treat them with more respect than you would when I'm there. Make sure you turn them back in as you are finished with them. Be very nice to them. It is a privilege you get to use them. If any are damaged or lost, that privilege will be removed, and we will be doing everything the rest of the year by hand. And I will not change the questions to suit that. So make sure, be respectful of my calculators, and good luck on your quiz.